नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम Sri Krishna Chait Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gaur Karmanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna Kamaniya Prabhu Mother Sankari Devi Jacob Jain Uttamananda Prabhu Charles, Kevin, Soman,
Hare Krishna,
Shubhi,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So today we are going to close that sloka by the next sloka of 9th chapter. So in order to see Lord's intention, his presentation for all of us through Arjuna, we need to pray to have clear consciousness. So let us join to offer our heart Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadreshu Nitam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki Mukankarati Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Jatkripa Tamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isharam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatadeshatarine Panchakalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Ajit Prabhu, would you like to read the text 31?
Text 31. Yes, Prabhu.
Wonderful.
I'm getting ready, Prabhu. 1 second.
Okay. Just to remind everybody, just to refresh what we have understood so far, that to understand Bhagavad Gita, we have to have a faith. We have to have a non-enviousness. Non-envious, we discuss details. What is non-envious? Non-envious is not like you have something I want to have. Why you have it? It should be mine. Or you should not have. Even though you may have a rightful ownership to possess that, but in my mind, I don't allow you to have it. That is a common understanding of envy. But when we talk about envy, Krishna says envy and faith are two sides of the scale in a balance. More one is envious, less faith he has. More faith he has, envy are disappearing. So it is very important to look at it. You may say, like, where do we understand that? This is beginning of this chapter. Sloka number 1. Idam tu te guyatamam pravakshami anusuyave. Genam vigyanam sahitam jadgyatta mokshashe ashubhat. Idam tu te guyatamam. I will reveal this confidential knowledge to you. Pravakshami. Pravakshami means I will actually literally give you, reveal to you, realize knowledge. Why? Anusuyave, because you are not envious to me. So sometime maybe we can say, if we don't understand Bhagavad Gita when we read, means enviousness within us. How do you get rid of enviousness? Just don't be envious. Well, that's very easy. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says enviousness means what Krishna is expressing, can we accept it as it is, without doubt, without challenging? Can we accept it since he is the highest authority? Is it possible? And if we say, no, I cannot, it has to make sense, that means you don't accept his authority as a supreme being. Then difficult to enter into bhakti. So we went discussing this. Okay, let's talk 1 minute. What is the option? Say I don't have a faith, or I'm not, I don't have a faith in a sense, I'm still not accepting everything Krishna wants or Krishna says. What is the option? Text number 3 in the same chapter, 9th chapter, text number 3, Krishna says, Asaddadhana Purusha. Okay, you don't believe my word? You're going to stay here in this material world. So should we pursue with out of fear? Well, at least begin with that. If you have a fear of Maya, fear of material nature, then it's good. It's healthy. Prabhupada said we should have fear all the time of Maya. That if we are not careful, we will be entangled in this world. Yes. So out of fear you can begin, and then through the association of devotee, we can develop a trust, sublime trust, that whatever Krishna is saying, it is ultimately good for me. I may not understand immediately. So we went to a point where text 30 plus 2 weeks we discussed that very nicely Krishna explained that if someone believes my word, even he has a psycho or she has a psychophysical nature of from this from the contamination of 3 modes of material nature, even psychophysical nature is there, so that person may not have a peaceful journey or may have a tumble, rumble here, there, shortage of progression, or some other material nature is pulling, diverting, whatever. Krishna says, if you did not give up your commitment to me, like chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulatory principles, if we did not give up, even though we are struggling, temptation, so many things, Krishna says, you are still considered sadhu. You are still considered my devotee. So this is very nice. We talked about it. And then Arjuna, or I'm thinking this way from the next verse, that today's verse, Arjuna asked that, what about their tendency to do wrong? You may say, this Prabhu or this Mataji chanting but doing, breaking for equality or whatever, some kind of temptation is diverting them. One time, two time, it's like they're not giving up, like she's not giving up or he's not giving up. It's like going back and forth, back and forth. What is the answer? So Krishna is answering now very quickly. He says, quickly, they will become virtuous and attain enduring peace. This is so wonderful. Oh, Arjuna, know that for sure that no devotee of mine will ever perish. This is so powerful. This is so powerful. Mother Draupadi was taking advantage of it. Well, she was in a precarious situation. So you can say she is taking advantage. She called out Krishna when she was in a very precarious situation of disrobing in front of public audience. It's a horrible thing a human can do to another person. But she reminded Krishna, Pratigya tava Govinda, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Same verse, but she, not paraphrased, she personalized in her expression. So Ajit Prabhu going to read it, but when you hear it, it's the same verse, same last line, but Draupadi, she personalized. Oh Govinda, you have promised. Even though you may say, but Bhagavad Gita was spoken later, isn't? Yes. So how did she know? She knows what promise Krishna gives because she is a great devotee. So she quoted. It's not like Mahabharata, Samarata, by mistake somebody wrote it. No. She knows what Krishna promises. Pratiggatava Govinda Name Bhakta Pranashyati. So we are going to read it. So let's see here what Krishna says on that text 31. Ajit Prabhu, if you are ready, please continue.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm ready.
Okay.
Text 31 of chapter 9. Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Chantim Nigachati Kaunteya Pratijanhihi Name Bhakta Pranasyati. I'm so sorry about my terrible pronunciation of this.
That's okay.
Synonym, Shipram, very soon, Bhavati becomes, Dharma Atma, righteous, Shashvat, Santim, lasting peace, Nigachati, attains, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Pratijanahi, declare, none, never, may, my, Bhakta, devotee, Pranasyati, perishes. Translation. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Purport. This should not be misunderstood. In the 7th chapter, the Lord says that one who is engaged in mischievous activities cannot become a devotee of the Lord. One who is not a devotee of the Lord has no good qualifications whatsoever. The question remains then, how can a person engage in abominable activities, either by accident or by intention, be a pure devotee? This question
Can you read that one again? That line, please.
Yeah. The question remains, then how can a person engaged in abominable activities, either by accident or by intention, be a pure devotee?
Hmm.
This question may be justly raised. The miscreants, as stated in the 7th chapter, who never come to the devotional service of the Lord, have no good qualification, as is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Generally, a devotee who is engaged in the 9 kinds of devotional activities is engaged in the process of cleansing all material contamination from the heart. He puts the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart, and all sinful contaminations are naturally washed away. Continuous thinking of the Supreme Lord makes him pure by nature. According to the Vedas, there is a certain regulation that if one falls down from his exalted position, he has to undergo certain ritualistic processes to purify himself. But here, there is no such condition because the purifying process is already there in the heart of the devotee due to his remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly. Therefore, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare should be continued without stoppage. This will protect a devotee from all accidental fall downs. He will thus remain perpetually free from all material contamination. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if we discuss about Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation on this verse. It's very interesting. I always somehow or other meditate sometime on that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur very nicely explained also on this that he had a dream. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had a dream in which he was wandering in the sky, chanting the holy name. And then he came upon the court of Jamaraj, where Jamaraj himself was sitting with Brahmaji, Narad Muni, and other, discussing a point from the verse of Bhagavad Gita. In case anybody of you wonder what Jamaraj does in his good time, I mean, I don't know what is good time, bad time. I mean, what does Jamaraj does in his private chamber? Let's put it that way. Because every moment this checking in and out, he doesn't have to look at it. He has a 12 cabinet member, you can say, cabinet member. Chitragupta is actually a person, a position who keeps track of every human being. The animal don't go to hell. Hell is not a painful place. Hell is a transition where you want to go and where are you coming from. That transformation, your body has to change. So it's a kind of a operation, you can say. Yes, it appears like painful, but we are product of our own decision. You are creating your own destiny, so it is not fault of Jamaraj. Anyway, so they were discussing the verse previous to today's 30. Apicheto sudurachara bhajate mam ananyabhat. Sadur eva samantadva sammak beva shita hisha. So Bhakti, I'm paraphrasing what I remember. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he writes that this verse meaning is, even if one commits most abominable action, if he's Anannabhak means someday I'll chant, someday I will not chant. No, that's not Anannabhak. Anannabhak means whether I have 106-degree fever, or I am healthy, or I am in a middle of misery, does not matter. I am stick to my service. I'll chant 60 noun minimum following four regulative principle, not eating anything but prasadam, like this, you do not break your vow. That's called anannabhak. If one is anannabhak devotee who worship me alone in devotional service, which is free from karma and gyan, means they don't have a personal agenda. It is for the pleasure of Krishna. He is to be considered saintly because his endeavor are completely on my behalf. And his determination is fixed. Now, if you look at that verse, you'll say, Krishna says, whatever he has done, if he is exclusively given to myself, he should be considered as my devotee. Sammak bebo shito hi sha. Whatever he is doing, even if he is lying, you may say, like Yudhishthira Maharaj lied apparently. Ashwatthama hata iti gaja. You may say, whatever he is doing, but if it's for the pleasure of Krishna, this is how Krishna wants or pure devotee wants, then next message is this verse. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Very soon he will, or that man or that Mataji will become righteous. He will become dharmatma, dutiful. So as a Jamaraj, Brahma and Narada discussed this point, a question came up. So Prabhu's and Mother, it is not we are creating question in our Zoom. The Brahmaji and Narad Muni, when they discuss, they also have a question. It seems like a ISKCON extension or extended from there. You know, when you read it in the Shastra, it's like, oh, this is exactly what we do in ISKCON. So Brahmaji, Narad Muni, they also do there in their own abode. So question rises, what is exclusive devotion or ananya bhajan means? Krishna says, give up all other religious conception and surrender unto me. Sarva dharman paritteja mam ekam saranam braja. Okay, that's 1865, is a famous verse everybody knows. So then they were discussing that. Then question is, if one is practicing exclusive devotion, then he's already dharmatma. If you are a little technical, if you look at the verse, he's already dharmatma, one who is fixed in his vow. So how is that he will become fixed later? They could not reconcile. He soon become righteous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. This is general meaning of this verse. So Krishna tells Arjuna, he soon become dharmatma. My devotee never ruined. Go and declare to the public. Krishna says like that. After the devotee become Anandabhag, that is, he gave up all sorts of duties, surrendered to Krishna, then again he will become dutiful man. So back to the story, as Brahmaji, Narada and Jamraj discussed this point, they saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur walking in the sky, taking the holy name. Prabhus and mothers, you may say, should we believe the dream? For a great devotee, dream and no dream is same in a same sense that as long they're serving Krishna. Just like one devotee said he had a dream of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, yes, you told me to take LSD. So Prabhupada said, that was not me in the dream. That was Maya in my form. So, okay, don't fall for the form. Fall for the consciousness behind the form. Interesting. Prabhupada said that was not him. He said that was Maya took my form and told you that. Because Prabhupada would never say you take LSD. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur was chanting holy name. He was in a dream, but at the same time in the dream he's chanting holy name. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur was invited in the midst of that discussion. And Brahmaji, Narad Muni asked Bhaktivinoda Thakur how to understand this verse. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained very nicely that he quickly becomes righteous refers not to the exclusive devotee. I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say. Very interesting point. But to one who consider the exclusive devotee pure in all circumstances, even if he performs such abominable act, he is still really a sadhu, a saint. One who can think of an exclusive devotee in that way will soon become dharma. So he's not talking about the person who is Anandabhag, even though mistake, talking about us. If we believe that those devotees, even though he or she may do some mistake in their path, but they are stick to their vow and keep going, then we will become dharma. This was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation. It was so nice. It was so nice. It appears that it was redundant to say that Anandabhag devotee becomes Dharmatma otherwise. If you really pay attention to that verse, these two verses. So Krishna says that an exclusive devotee should be thought of as a sadhu, an honest man. One who says that exclusive devotee, a surrendered soul to Krishna, should be thought of as pure, whatever he or her external practices. The man who is making this remark, he becomes righteous. This is the proper conclusion. Very wonderful, very wonderful. I was very happy actually when I really heard this. I said like, wow, this is wonderful. We should have very good understanding on that. So this is a beautiful verse. Now, yes, last week we discussed that those who are impersonalist, when they fall down, they become philanthropists. I will not say name, but there are some in this world, they are actually philanthropists, very wonderful people, but they are not devotee. And you wonder where they come from. They are like very nice people, doing so many religious work, taking care of people, holy dam, feeding the poor people, all this. They're very pious person. Yes, I mean, some of you probably thinking name because some names already popping in my head, but I won't say the name. But they are the one who actually step down from the spiritual achievement because they are not devotees. So highest they can go is Brahmajyoti. But if you look at the verse after that, this is the verse in Bhagavatam 10.2.32, the famous verse Prabhupada called. And if you go to the next verse, I love that verse a lot. I don't know why. Maybe I was just something to do with me. I love that verse. Tata nate madhavatavaka kachi prashanti marga taivadda sorida taya vigupta vicharanti nirbhaya vinayako anikup murdhasho prabhu. I remember I was singing one day for hours on that verse. That verse is so beautiful because I'm a fallen soul, so I feel like that. That verse That verse says very interesting. He says, O Supreme Lord, and I'm going to translate the way I understood. My dear Lord, who is the husband of Lakshmi Devi, Madhava, Tatha Nati Madhava. O Supreme Lord, the husband, beautiful husband, handsome husband of Goddess Lakshmi Devi. If devotee completely in love with you, sometime fall from their path of devotion, means they did not get Bostu Siddhi yet. They are up to Swarup Siddhi, there is a chance of fall down. Bilamangal Thakur is a good example. It's unbelievable. Prabhupada said he almost had a bhava, but he fell down. So we have to understand. Then another one is Jara Bharat in Bhagavatam, Bharat Maharaj, who became Jara Bharat, or who became a deer, then became Jara Bharat, 3 life. They fall from the path of devotion, but they do not fall like Gyanis, non-devotees. Why? Because you, my Lord, still protect them. Thus they fearlessly traverse the heads of their opponents and continue to progress in devotional service. Then question comes, why do the Gyanis get criticized so heavily? Bharat Maharaj, Indradhumna Maharaj, who became Gajendra, Chitraketu, the chief devotee, they never get criticism, even though they fell. So this verse concludes or give the conclusion. The devotee on the path of bhakti do not fall like those pretenders of liberation. What to speak of giving up the Lord's lotus feet? Even if they fall, in that state, they remain firmly attached to your lotus feet. And all these names that you can think, Chitraketu Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, Indradumna Maharaj, the bodies of Brata, they had a strong vow, but they deviated some or other. But they have feeling for the Lord. Like in a deer body, Bharat Maharaj was like desperate to wait to give up this body, thinking, oh my Lord, next life I do not want to ever stop thinking of you. Please forgive me. I want to serve you. I want to serve you. As a deer, difficult to serve, blowing conch shell, because he used to do puja in his previous life, blowing conch shell, offering lamp and incense to God, and meditating. As a deer, but is difficult. Maybe with the hoof, I don't know. I don't want to contemplate unnecessary, because it doesn't say that he was trying to do. But it is difficult. So only thing it was the deer was doing, deer was staying nearby the ashram of great sadhu and ashram of great sadhus, and try to listen. I don't know in the deer bari how much you can listen, but Krishna gave the opportunity for him to remember his previous life. It would be nice, isn't it? To remember your previous life. Well, Prabhu's and Mother, Krishna will give you previous life, but don't try to fall down. Just go straight to Krishna Loka. No need to come back. But this verse is saying, even if there is a chance of falling, there is no loss. This is so nice. Because they are convinced Lord's protection. Because they are convinced Lord's protection, they don't care for the obstacle. They keep on going. Hey, Prabhu, you have a fever. You are keep on chanting. Hey, Prabhu, you are sick. You keep on chanting. You don't give up your service. You don't give up your practice. Thinking of Krishna, talking of Krishna, don't give up. That is called those kind of dedicated devotee. Wonderful. Then for them, Krishna protects. This is beautiful. Yes, Kamaniya Krishna Prabhu, you have some further discussion.
Yeah, Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandrat for my humble obeisances to the lotus feet. So Prabhuji, I was wondering that in this translation, Krishna says to Arjuna that you boldly declare that my devotee never perishes. But previously, if we see that Krishna has told everything. So, is there any specific hidden reason that he's asking Arjuna to declare rather than he himself is saying that, okay, my devotee never perish?
Very good. Very thoughtful question, Prabhu. Yes, actually, in one lecture many years back, I remember hearing Prabhupada says, Krishna asking Arjuna to declare because Arjuna is a great devotee. Krishna may break his promise. Very rare, but possible. So Krishna told Duryodhana and Yudhishthira Maharaj, I'm not going to fight in the war, but it looks like he broke his promise. Well, then acharyas are saying, wheel of a chariot is not a really weapon. He said he will not pick up a weapon. So nobody thinks wheel of a chariot is a weapon. No, it is not a weapon. Okay. All right, that's nice. They're trying to be favorable to Krishna by saying that, which is true. Wheel is not a weapon. But Krishna did go with anger to Bhishma Dev.
But Arjuna talked him down.
Yeah, that's after. That is true. But the point was that Arjuna did Krishna did break his promise in one sense. But if he tells Arjuna to declare, he will never break. He loves his devotees so much. He told Arjuna to declare that Name Bhakta Pranashati, my devotees will never be vanished. This is very powerful. Krishna loves us, Prabhu. Krishna loves each devotee so much, more than we ever experience any love of any from anybody in this world. Of course, Krishna's love we can experience through the devotee in our life. But besides this world cannot express that love. Krishna's love is beyond. So thank you for such a wonderful question. That's the only reason that every Acharya says that Krishna told Arjuna, you declare, so that Krishna will never break. He may break his own for the sake of protecting his devotee. Because all the rules and regulations, Krishna says, Prabhu, what is the top rules that he will always stay under? So there's a beautiful way expressed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, also in Chaitanya Charitamrita explained. Sada Suddha Siddhakam Bhakata Vatsalanam Bhakata Janera Nitya Swami Sada Suddha Siddhakam Bhakata Vatsalanam Bhakata Janera Nitya Swami. Everything Krishna say, it's already done. He said, you surrender to me, I'll protect you. Only waiting for us to surrender. It's protection already done. Sada, always, Shuddha. Everything he does or he says is all pure. It's pure in a sense above three modes of material nature. It has no side effect. It has no connotation. It has no hidden agenda. In the material world, when somebody say, I love you, man, or I love you, Mataji, there must be some agenda maybe or some motive. When Krishna say, he doesn't have any motive behind. Sada Suddha. Siddhakam. And it's already done, perfected. Just waiting for us to turn towards him. Then he says, Bhakata Vatsalanam. I am the protector of my devotee. I am the lover of my devotee. That stands above all rules, regulation. Krishna will do anything to protect his devotee. This is the fact. So this is a beautiful. We love that. We should remember those verses. This 30, 31. Very nice. I made some, I collected some, what do you call, quotes of Srila Prabhupada from the Veda base, and I'm going to read to you. I can post it probably later. It's too much to paste it and this, that. So one discussion took place in 1976, January 7 in Nellore. Nellore, I guess, in near Delhi or somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where Nellore is. Anandamai, a French devotee stationed in Hyderabad, wanted to clarify what seems an apparent contradiction concerning the falling down of devotees and the eternal nature of devotional service. He asked, a devotee who has tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord can never forget it. Does it mean his journey in the material world is about to finish? I thought it was a very nice question. Just imagine, in 70s, they asked this question to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada did not answer himself. Instead, he said, answer somebody. He went like this. Somebody answer me. I like that. Mahansa Maharaj, I don't know any one of you ever saw him. He's a Persian Indian. Persian means they are originally from Middle East, but they live in Bombay, for 100 of years, 200 years. They're like Indian, but not really Indian, Middle Eastern Indian. So Mahansa Maharaj, Prabhupada gave him sannyas. He says, he falls due to certain offenses, but afterwards, by the mercy of a pure devotee, he comes back. Because he has tasted the nectar of devotional service, he may try to enjoy the material world for some time, but afterwards, he will fed up again and come back. I give you a wonderful story that this Prabhu, he comes from a very wealthy poultry farm, agriculture, big farmer in Minnesota somewhere. I don't know his last name, but his wife told us the story that his mother was searching and finally found, and he was a young man, 19 years old, Western body, American, and his mother was crying and crying and crying. So he went back to the house and he kind of really went back to his eating eggs, chicken, whatever was there. Very big farming family. And he's the only child. After a year, all of a sudden in the morning walk Prabhupada went in Los Angeles in Watsak Avenue, that boy just came and he fell flat on the ground, on the road, public road. Prabhupada said, oh, you are back. He immediately recognized, you are back. I thought you will be back. I want you to make samosa. Prabhupada remembers that he learned how to make samosa. Go make samosa today. And then immediately other devotee says, Prabhupada, he was eating chicken and everything. He broke all the rules, regulation. Prabhupada said, that's all right. He came back. Krishna brought him back. That is important. So he made 12 samosas. And they offered to Rukmini Dwarkadish. And so breakfast time, Prabhupada says, where is the samosas? Oh, that's for the lunch, you will take, because in the morning you're taking just some fruits. No, I want some samosa. So they brought one samosa for Prabhupada. They thought, Prabhupada will take light breakfast. Generally he takes. Prabhupada said, that's all he made? One? He said, bring all, let me see. So he made all 12 samosa, they brought it. And Prabhupada took, he's talking, conversing and doing, and he's eating the samosa, going on for an hour. And he finished all the 12 samosas. when Jashodanandan Maharaj asked, hey, where are those samosas? That so Prabhupada took it. Okay, Prabhupada took it, but bring back the remnants. He said, no remnants. What do you mean no remnants? 12 samosas. Prabhupada took maybe one. Okay, maximum two, not 12. He said, no, he ate all 12. Jashodanandan Maharaj, he was a sannyasi. He was like a surprise. He literally went upstairs to talk to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, have you taken samosa? He said, yes, it was very good. I think he is a very good devotee. You should give him all the facility to serve the Lord. He came back, Krishna brought him back. And later on, that Maharaj asked him, what happened? He said, I come from a multi-million, they're rich family, very big. They had like 6,000 acres land, it's a huge place. He's the only child. So he said, and he revealed. So his wife told us in our class, we used to have a study group and she used to come, Mataji. She also passed away. And she mentioned that he literally gave up everything, Krishna consciousness, for a few months. Then all of a sudden, he's feeling a little sick. And then one day he mentioned that he went to the cow barn and he started crying. I don't know what's happening with me. I like Hare Krishnas, but I also like this. Sex, drinking, all. So it was a very big challenge in his life. Anyway, his mother loves him. He's the only child. So she tried to allure him with, so many things. They even transfer all the future ownership to his name and told him that, look, everything is there for you set up. You don't have to go anywhere. But one day he had a dream of Prabhupada. And when he woke up, he cried. He said, this man really cares for me as a soul. I don't think anybody in my family cares for me as a soul. They care for me as a body. He understood. And he cried and cried and I cried. And he told his mother, I will stay here and kill myself, or you allow me to live forever. I have to go back to Hare Krishna's. My heart is already gone. I cannot live this life. I don't want to live. And his mother cried. She was afraid. She went to psychiatrist, took him to psychiatrist. Psychiatrist says, we don't see anything wrong, but he already made up his mind. I think you should let him. It's nothing wrong over there. They have 4 regulative principle. And those 4 regulative is like a best principle. I don't know how many can follow, but if somebody can follow, no drinking, no smoking, no illicit sex, no gambling, this is like a wow, unbelievable. So she asked him, you want to really follow those? He said, yes. Why can't you follow in the house? He said, no, I want to be with the devotees. I want to serve. So his mother let him go. Actually, they brought him all the way. They drove all the way from there to Los Angeles. I don't know, took a few days. But anyway, when he came and then he told Prabhupada, until his last breath, he never left. He was so dedicated. Of course, he inherited and he gave all these donations to ISKCON. It was such a wonderful example. So this logic, once you get the taste, what Prabhupada heard it, he will come back. There's nothing lost. But when he'll come back, I don't know. You have to ask Krishna and that devotee. So this is beautiful. We see that. But still, we want to keep everybody. We should share our feeling for them, that we care for them. And we do, because we all will be happy with Krishna forever. Okay. Charles, you want to say something more?
First of all, that was an amazing story. It was very inspirational, and it really touched my heart. The guy making the samosas. So thank you for sharing that. I also have 2 takeaways from this discussion. Fate is Krishna's will because he sanctions it. Take Krishna take Krishna out of faith and not logic.
Very good. This is good. Take out of faith, don't put logic. Good. Charles, I'm very proud of you, Prabhu. You are advancing very quick. Nice. Okay, we can stop here, and for next week we will go to text 32. That's another famous verse also. Don't look down anyone. All the soul has equal right to advance. Okay. Thank you, Prabhus and mothers. Looking forward to see you all. Subir Prabhu, you want to say something? I see you unmute.
No, Prabhu, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.